Hey, I know it's been a long time since I've been on. There's been dealing with a lot of issues right now. Uh, but that's no excuse. I should make time for this because hey, uh, after the humiliating exit from the playoffs that I did see personally that the Lions took, it was a disaster. Um, you can blame the coaching staff. You can blame whoever you want to blame, but the Lions just did not produce well enough to win that game, even come close to being in that game. Congratulations to the winner of the Super Bowl, not the Green Bay Packers, not the Minnesota Vikings, not the Chicago Bears, not the LA Rams, not the Kansas City Chiefs, uh, but the Philadelphia Eagles. These BS NFC North uh, baloney that they've been spewing about. Oh yeah, the Lions are trash. The Lions this that. Go screw yourself. That's that's basically what I care. I'm just so sick of this trash talk that we've been getting. The Lions were and had the best record in the NFC in all of the NFC during the regular season, but you need to step up and play better in the playoffs, and they were not prepared for what they had coming at them. Granted, uh, there was uh, a lot of injuries. Yeah, with a healthy Detroit Lions, uh, with a massive amount of injuries the Lions had, who knows what could happen if the Lions would have been able to um, actually show up and be there. Um, Now, I'll tell you what, uh, nothing against Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs, but I was happy they lost. Um, yes, I jump around. That's the way I am as far as from topic to topic. Uh, uh, I do think that the much better team won that game. I don't see why people were so surprised at the outcome, even though if you look at it, it was like the outcome that we were surprised about, where the Commanders went ahead and uh, defeated the Lions. But if you look at how the Chiefs got to their point, um, I think they had a little push from the NFL wanting that three-peat. It was a love story for the NFL. The NFL wanted, uh, and it was a love story for the media. Let's just face it. It was like, oh yeah, something that hasn't happened before could possibly happen. You know, I'll tell you what, main experts, everybody knows I'm a Detroit Lions fan, and the only team that I want to see get a three-peat would be the Detroit Lions. I don't care any other team, no way, no how. I was tired of all the Patriots, uh, all the games that they won and stuff like that. I was tired of so that's one thing that I was like, it was I really, 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 really didn't want to see that again, or want to see that Chiefs win again. Uh, I hope they, and in my opinion, I don't think they should have even been in the Super Bowl. I think that Houston and also Buffalo a um, has a value argument as far as for what who could have been in there. Now, in saying that, in the NFC though, the Eagles did deserve to win the Super Bowl. They went through. and they hammered their opponents wholeheartedly in the playoffs. You know, uh, they found other ways to win without Shaquan Barkley. Uh, you key on one player, then you let the rest of the team beat you, and they had that um, they had that behind them. They had the talent to go ahead. Jalen Hurts was able to go ahead and use his other ways of making playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, they didn't keep it close. I mean, they were the Eagles had the Chiefs so that they were, and this is no big news. The Chiefs were not in the game at all. They were not, and yeah, they deserve credit for the two Super Bowl wins that they had back to back. They won those games. That's for sure. They won the last couple games, or last couple Super Bowls prior to this year, and then they won. Under that of course was Patrick Mahomes' third Super Bowl that he won of his young career. So this is something to be said. And is he a talented quarterback? Yes, but it just kind of goes to show you, even with the scrambling ability, you know that Patrick Mahomes has, when you have somebody in your face, in your grill, when you have when you don't need to even rush more than four people, you don't really need to blitz. It just shows how strong the Eagles were on both sides of the ball. In saying that, we gotta look at the Detroit Lions. Solid offense. Uh, there's a lot of things, and I'm don't want to get to where I want to pull Jared Goff off and throw him in under the bus and all this other stuff. But I'll tell you what, uh, he does need to. He does need to be able to get better at what he does at times. You have arguably the number one or number two offensive line. Uh, they're protecting you. You can't be throwing that amount of interceptions. Uh, Ben Johnson slapped that boy. I hope Ben Johnson uh, loses every game next year. I hope this is the disaster in Chicago. It's just, hey, Ben Johnson, I don't blame him for taking the money. I don't blame him for taking for becoming head coach. But hell, you're now on my rivals team, and I'm not going to be one that says, oh yeah, just because I just want the the only teams I want the Bears to beat would be the Packers and basically the Packers. I mean, that's the only team that I'm going to root, because hey, I hate the Packers more. But as far as for and if they beat the Vikings, especially if they're in the then it's whatever. Who I'm going to root for is whatever works out better for Detroit, which I'm sure every other NFC or every other fan with a brain that is sold out to their team is going to root for what's best for your team. So that's basically how I look at it. It's kind of, and I mean, it's not that I really, really, I look at Chicago and it's bitter. It's bittersweet. I mean, it's just that Chicago is they're just rivals. So we just gotta look at that. Uh, and I want my team to win the Super Bowl. I do. I want the Lions to win the Super Bowl. I is Ben Johnson the answer for Chicago? Who knows? You know, uh, he was a great offensive coordinator. He had a great system. He has ties. Uh, just think what I mean, he does have a good nucleus as far as four different offensive players. Who knows what Caleb Williams is going to be? But what's going to happen with that offensive line? Uh, hey, Caleb Williams, he has, he has talent. He has talent. Jaden Daniels, uh, you gotta actually kind of look at, okay, if you're a Chicago fan, did you pick the best quarterback in Caleb Williams? Did you pick it? Did you do it? You guys had the number one pick of the draft. Uh, you guys could have had Jalen Daniels. Where would you guys been then? It's really hard to say because it's different teams. You know, uh, they won two in the wild card team won two in the playoffs. So you just gotta look at that. You gotta say, hey, this is what happened. But let's okay. Enough talk about the Chicago Bears and about everybody else. I'm here to talk about the Lions. Am I for getting Max Crosby? Am I for getting Miles Garrett? Hell yeah, I want to see that. But you know what? I don't want to do. I won't mind giving two first round picks up or two first round picks. Throw in a third round too. But I don't want to see the nucleus of this team that we built over the years destroyed to bring in one guy. Now, could those two put us over the top? Hell yeah, they could. Would I be willing to sacrifice the future? You know, in at least short term for uh, for winning one Super Bowl. My stance on that is, and it always will be, and I will not be hypocritical on that. I think you gotta get the one, and you gotta get that one Super Bowl win, and then who knows what could happen afterwards. Would I go ahead? No, I'm not saying. I mean, I remember when Minnesota Vikings, they went ahead and they went all in, and they thought, oh, you go ahead, and this is going way back. When they got Herschel Walker, Minnesota Vikings go ahead and basically uh, give like the worst amount of draft picks away, and they didn't pan out. And we have seen this happen with Detroit too. Um, But I'm just saying that I want to see the Lions get somebody to fess up to go ahead and put their money where their mouth is. I mean, they went ahead and they charged us a hell of a lot for tickets. Uh, but we chose to pay those prices for the tickets, which is what we did. But they got the money, they got cap room. But we can't give up the nucleus of our team to go ahead and get Miles Garrett. You know, because we want somebody. It takes more than one guy on that defensive line to go ahead and get to that quarterback. You know, just think if we have Miles Garrett, if we have this Smith, and we have Aiden Hutchins on that line, amongst others that we have, it's gonna be a great offensive line. It it's just gonna work out great. So we can go ahead and look forward to that. Um, but once again, like, and who knows? Maybe we could, maybe or offense. I said offense. It's defensive line. Um, there's, we just gotta look at compensation. We gotta look at it, and just look at it and take it where it goes. Um, now, um, and I would also like to see another cornerback come to there. And my just to say, I know I was putting down Ben Johnson for taking at Chicago. Just because it's a NFL rival, okay? I got friends that are Bears fans, so please, please, please don't misread this in any more than me being a Lions fan. Okay, don't do that. You know, I'm sure you guys want to do what's best for your team, and you want to. I mean, if you guys were in the Detroit Lions position, fan group that we are in, if you guys won those 15 games, you would want to see your divisional opponents lose to you and you know, lose other games too, so that you can stay on top. Uh, but I, you know, what happens? I mean, what happens? Jalen Daniels goes on to be a star, and Caleb Williams doesn't. I mean, yes, he looked great. I mean, there's times that he looked great. I mean, it. One thing I think Ben Johnson will do for the Bears is I think they're good. They're gonna really, as long as they can, as long as Post can actually judge talent too. I think they get offensive line in there. Then who knows what's gonna happen? Hey, Detroit fan man, how's it going? How's it going? Well, happy Valentine's Day to you too, man. Um, I know it's been a while since I've been on here. I was kind of like licking my wounds and stuff. No, it wasn't that I was depressed with my Lions game. It's just, it just took a while to just go ahead. That sucked though. I mean, there's no way to whitewash that game that the Lions lost. There's no way to make it look sound better than what it was. We got our ass kicked, whether it being oh boy, there's just no way. Ah, okay, I got only about 10 minutes left uh because I do got work today. How's everything been going? What's your thoughts on Miles Garrett? Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think what it was though, it was he that was a straw that broke the camel's back. You know, if you look at it, it was just, and I also think that the Lions were very unprepared in planning. I'll tell you what, the Dan Campbell, Brad Holman, Sheila Ford, whoever gave permission for those two quarterbacks, or those two coordinators, not quarterback, coordinators, to go ahead and search for jobs when we were, even on that off week, you know, uh, we were, they should have been here preparing. And then after that season, hey, you go ahead and you handle your business. You go ahead and you, otherwise, hey, you're tampering. And Lions gave them permission to tamper. And I think I don't think they threw the game. I mean, we hear all kinds of rumors and stuff like that, but I don't think they deliberately threw the game. Uh, but hey, it's but yeah, and hey, oh boy. Well, I do remember that where you told me that your friend that did that reading for you said that it would be a couple of years before the Lions would win the Super Bowl. So I maybe that reading was more right than you know. Oh, man, 15-2. I mean, the thing that I hate about the trash talking groups that are on Facebook, like the NFC trash talking division and stuff like that. Thing that I hate about it, they act like what the Lions did this year was nothing. And we beat the NFC North hands down. You know, so it's been a few weeks now, and I think I'm over it. No, it will be towards either AG and oh god. Hey, good news though. Matt Patricia is probably going to be destroying the Ohio State's defense like he did to Philadelphia and like he did to the like he did to the Eagles last year. You know, he goes somewhere the defense gets worse. You know, I don't know why people don't see it. I don't know why head coaches and organizations don't see it. Fatty Fatty P to Ohio State was the funniest headline. Hell yeah, hell yeah! It was it was for sure the funniest headline, man. I You just looked at him and you said why? You know, I mean, and here you hear this, and I don't know how many times I heard how smart this guy was. He's a rocket scientist and all that stuff. You know, he's more like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Okay, or he. Now, if there's a way that Ohio State can help the Patriots and send things over there, I could see Fatty Matty. I shouldn't really call him that, but hell with it, Fatty Matty Patricia. I could see him uh, persuading players to make sure they go to the Patriots to try to build the Patriots because we all know that that's basically what he was doing when he was with the Lions. He was more in the trades and stuff like that. Was more beneficial, more benefiting the Patriots. Like Giovanni Kva. Where does he kind of shine at? Is a Patriot type of guy, and you know, not to rehash this too much, um, but one thing I said that Matt Patricia. Hey, you know what would be good though? I said, you know how he chased away players uh, from Detroit and stuff like that, like Darius Slay, and I'm sure Darius Slay was like glad that he didn't last too long in Philadelphia. I mean, just think he gets traded to Philadelphia, and then couple years later, Matt Patricia follows him over there because he needs a job. But hey, maybe he might uh, chase people out of Ohio State and send them to Michigan. uh, I do get it though. They say Fatty P is outstanding in interviews. Yep. And while he's not around the football field, he sounds like a hell of a guy. But the hype, jerky hype description is perfect. He goes insane. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, and that's true. You know, so what I mean, I think I know your answer to this already. Uh, but I gotta ask you, what do you think about bringing Aaron Rodgers to Detroit and make him our starting QB1? To me, that would be a hell no. You know, pay him a bunch of big money for his Aaron Rodgers drama. But what could Aaron Rodgers do behind our offense offensive line though? I was kind of talking to one of my friends at work. He's a Jets fan and stuff. Oh gosh. Oh man. Okay. I refuse to acknowledge this as a real question. Exactly. Oh man. You know, but in all seriousness, I mean, I like golf. Okay, I do. I don't want to get to the point where I'm throwing golf under the bus or anything like that. But I had my suspicions before on him. You know, uh, ugh, you know. But I say give him give him next year. Let's see what he does. You know, if he has a successful year and stuff like that, let's keep going with him. But I definitely, I mean, if he can't get the job done, he can't get the job done. But it's just so hard because, we've seen the good and bad of golf. Okay. Good to see you again, Tim. Hope everything's been well. I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good day. I'm not going to be on here too long because actually I'm going to be getting a phone call in a few minutes. Uh, actually in a couple minutes because I was on lunch at uh, at 1:30 here. So yeah, it's great to be back. But how's it going? Man. So, but it's damn, this time went fast. I got on too late, man. But I am going to need to end this show, man. I really don't want to. I really don't. But you know what? You know what? I think I'm going to be on again tonight after work. Um, um shoot, it's and okay. No, tomorrow, tomorrow. I'm going to be on tomorrow. Because it's sometimes today I'm going to want to spend some time with my wife after work. I don't want to just get harder choices requires strong wills. That's for sure. Um, but yeah, uh, I I really gotta get going because it's hurt. But yeah, my wife to tell you I might get on tonight after work, but I don't think she. Wow. Uh, but in saying that, I'm going to definitely be on. Uh, you know what? I'm going to be on Saturday morning. Um, Probably going to be between 6 and 10 a.m. Michigan time. All right. But I do got to end this because my wife texted me. So I do got to talk to her. But I'm going to be on Saturday morning for sure. Actually, let's make it 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Saturday morning. All right, 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Uh, Thanks everybody. But I really, really gotta go. Gotta run. Um, all right. But I'm going to try to get on before that. All right. Thank you for the stream. See you again. Yeah. Um, but it might be even earlier. But I do gotta go. Uh, I will. Who knows? I might pop on again after I talk to my wife. But all right. But see, I do gotta work two in like a half hour. I gotta leave. All right. So, in saying that, this is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. I will talk to you guys later, and have a great one.